All right, y'all, we back. Bert Kreischer explaining what happened with Ari Shaffir, giving him that white girl in his drink and stuff like that. Explaining to Bobby Lee and his lady friend, y'all gonna let me know about. Like I said, she's dope as hell. Who is old dude in the corner? I ain't even noticed him. He's like, oh, that's Chinese Lee Sayet. Yeah, but let's go ahead and get into the video. Because I'm still interested. Comment down below anything else y'all want me to react to, too, by the way.
It looked super suspicious, but in my million years, I never thought he would drug me. In a million fucking years. In a million fucking years. And he goes, hey, let's do a celebratory shot, start off the podcast. I was like, okay. And he goes, it's a really good, not whiskey, scotch. And I hate scotch. I don't like the taste of scotch. So I go, okay. So I take the scotch, and I could taste something was wrong with it, but I just wrote it off to scotch. I was like, I fucking hate scotch. I was like, let's do the podcast. We started doing the podcast. And then, and he's doing this, weird shit where he's like, yeah. And I'm and I'm watching him going, what the fuck are you doing? And then at one point I go, are you on something? And he just goes, are you on something? And I go, no. And he goes, are you sure? And I went, yeah, I'm certain. And he goes, are you 100% sure? Because there's something I need to tell you, and you can't get mad about it. And I went, what? And he goes,
shit.
I slipped you M0lly. And I immediately, my heart fucking sank. And I went, all I could think was, that kid, that young writer from New York, went down to Mexico, took M0lly, and died, right?
Yeah.
And I immediately, I'm like, oh my God, I'm on blood pressure medicine.
Oh.
This may interact with my blood pressure medicine. My face is now feeling really, really hot. I have a fucking spinning out of control panic attack. But my first thought was, this isn't going to end well. With my you were supposed to stay for dinner. This was my piece was going to be brokered. And I was like, Leanne's never going to, this is going to be really bad. And I'm doing all the math. And then I'm going.
Well, could you have pretended that you weren't on it?
There's no way you're on M0lly, baby.
No. What are you
you're
talking
2 steps
about?
away from dry humping, a fig tree.
It was
In the alley.
and
In the alley.
and it's hard to compartmentalize because on one side you're upset, but the other side you're on M0lly. So you're feel great. I remember thinking you're such a fucking asshole, and I said to him that, and then I go, but your eyes are beautiful. And he was like, there, and but he didn't realize he had done something wrong until almost a week later. A week later he called me.
A week later?
I think he texted me and he was like, and I wasn't talking to him. I was really upset with him. And he was like, I feel like I fucked up our friendship. And I was like, you think? No shit. And he was like, I'm really upset about it. I'm really upset that I messed up our friendship. I didn't know it was gonna. I just wanted to have a good time with you. You're the best guy, and we didn't talk for a month, and it was during Sober October. I didn't talk to him all Sober October, and Leanne was. I told Leanne.
How did it play out that day though? When did you tell Leanne?
Yeah,
Hey,
tell us.
I got slipped to M0lly. I might act weird.
So I had to get ready for a flight. I had to fly that night. So I'm freaking out because I don't like flying, let alone do I like flying on I don't like flying on M0lly, I can tell you that from experience.
Yeah.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, now I know. Doesn't help it out. So Joey Diaz comes over. Joey Diaz sits down. I think Joey Diaz ended up taking M0lly to just make sure we're all cool. My cousin came over, and then Joey, and I walk everyone out, and I say, Ari, just leave. Do not say anything to anyone. Just leave this fucking house. So I walk him and Joey out. I then take Leanne's like, Ari, do you want to stay for dinner? And he's like, no, and just walked out. She was like, what's wrong with Ari? And I was like, nothing. I go, I need to talk to you in the bathroom. So I bring her in the bathroom.
Oh my God.
And with my cousin, I said, I'm going to tell you something, and you can't have emotions about it.
And I know he was real serious. I know he was serious too.
Yeah, and she was like,
serious scene.
I go,
Difficult thing to do.
I go, I need you to take care of me right now and not go off the handle. And she said, what? And then I said, Ari slipped me M0lly. And she was like, who? Is she like,
wow.
Okay.
Leanne wanted to slit that nigga throat, but
Your world.
oh man.
Wow.
Who? Is she like,
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
What do you need from me? and I said, I need to be packed, and I need to get on a plane tonight. She went, okay. I said, you got to get me out of the house without talking to the girls. I don't want to talk to the girls because I'm really fucked up. And she was like, okay. And so she packed a bag for me. I took a shower.
Damn, I want to take some mushrooms right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
And then she got me out the door, and then I went straight to the store. And then the first person I ran into, because I was way too early for the flight, and I didn't want to be at an airport. I wanted to get to the airport, literally get there, and go straight to the plane. So I go to the store, and I run into David Spade, and Ari's back in the back bar, and Whitney's back in the back bar.
Oh, Joe.
And I'm still on Molly, and I'm like, and I'm telling the story, and everyone's laughing, and Ari's like, yeah, it's fine. But I'm still really upset. And then I get we get on a plane. Dude sitting next to me gets the best back massage anyone's ever had. and I get to the place, pass out, wake up the next day, and I am a fucking mess. Like, my OCD is all over the place. I don't really deal much with depression, I guess. I don't know what it is. For me, it manifests itself in panic and OCD. And I was a fucking mess. We had a revive and rally, the fluids people show up. They gave me an IV. I felt a little better, but I couldn't right the boat. It was like for a week almost, I would say I was just like, and Ari was like, that was the biggest mistake I made. I should have given you 5-HTP. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
5
5-HTP
but
would
the
help
was,
now.
I
Even though
got
I never took Molly. I have
And when I got home,
5-HTP.
she's like, you're done. You're done with that guy. No, you never speak to him. I was like, you can't. I was like, listen, I need to make that decision, not you, and I may not make that decision. And I didn't make that decision. There's a part of us that, I know you know this too, is Ari's a really fucking sweet guy at times. Like, he is such a great guy that's super sensitive and super sweet. But there's this other guy that he does where it's like,
It's the stubbornness that he has.
yeah, and you just go like, and as a friend, you go, I want to help him. I don't know. It's like you.
But I think that might piss him off even more if you don't meet him where he's at. Like, you can't meet him where you want him to be. You got to meet him exactly where he's at. If he's gonna slip you a Molly that day, that's where you're at. And if he's gonna be sweet to you one day, then that's where you got to just take it for what he is that day.
Yeah,
You definitely don't want him as an enemy, because when he was beating the shit out of me.
Well, that's not a friendship then. If you fear retaliation from some.
Bobby, Bobby. Bobby. That was your ass letting Ari Shaffir whoop yo. I would never in life let a nigga like Ari Shaffir beat my ass. Let alone beat my ass over a female too. I think that was the reason too. That was another reason too. Never in life would I never let a nigga like Ari Shaffir or built like Ari Shaffir. Oh, I don't even give a fuck if this is during, before, after Sober October. I don't care. Y'all, Bobby Lee, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. And like I said, I'm a fan of you from Mad TV, Bobby. brother.
Body, and then you treat them, politically nicely because you think that they're.
Well, no, Ari and I were like best friends for like 7 years. I was there when he first started, right? So when I would go on the road, we would go together. We've had sex with the different women in rooms together, and we've had a lot of good times. And then when he brutally beat the shit out of me 3 weeks in a row, and then I had
just
a
know
man
that
at
was
the
gross.
comedy store.
6.
And then when he came back for 7 or 8 years after that,
My fault.
shit out of me 3 weeks in a row, and then I had him banned from the comedy store. And then when he came back for 7 or 8 years after that, he just was so mean to me. Because when you're on his bad side, he would walk by me, you're a piece of shit, you're not funny, you shouldn't be here, you know what I mean, you're dumb, you're dumb, you never went to college, and he would say that even when we had this like no talking, no truce kind of, a truce kind of a thing. But then, once, and I hated him. I didn't hate any. I hated him more than Hitler.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I never knew Hitler. But my point is to the stories, though.
See, I've never had.
Yeah.
This sounds even more fucked up coming from me. I've never had bad experiences with Ari, other than him mollying me. But I really genuinely don't think he put any thought into it other than this is gonna be awesome. It's Bert. He's the machine. He parties all the time.
Yeah.
he can handle M0lly.
Yeah.
It's only half a hit. No one dies from M0lly. Me and him are going to have a fucking blast. I don't think he thought. I know he didn't think. He's on blood pressure medicine. His kids are in the house. His wife's making us dinner. He has to be on a plane tonight. I think he thought, we'll do this. We'll go out. We'll party all night. He didn't think through all the actions. So for stuff like that, and you know, I've known him for so long, I've never had anything other than this very sweet, loving friendship with him.
But I have to say, when he called me 7 or 8 years later and he said, listen, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And he goes, you know, I'm doing this show, this and that. I want you on it. I want you to tell the story, you know, whatever. And we got together. And then I realized that he put his hand around me and he goes, I'm so sorry. I love you, man. That was fucking crazy. 8 years. Wow. You know what I mean? And then my experiences with him since then has been that sweet old Ari that I once knew back in the day, you know. So, you know, I think he's changed a lot. But when I heard about, well, obviously the Kobe thing was like, wow. But then when
we're gonna leave it off at that. Y'all let me know if y'all like that, man. Do y'all like me reacting to Bobby Lee's podcast? Y'all want me to get back on Joe Rogan's? Y'all comment down any other video y'all want me to react to. Y'all comment down below. Let me know. Hit that like button so I'll pop up on y'all screens and everybody else's screens. Don't be just up here like being all selfish and shit, man. Share me to the world. What I think. Ari Shaffir, you were wild as hell. I would have whooped your ass. Only reason I said like, okay, Bert. Like, obviously y'all hanging out still, y'all, you know, y'all talking and everything like that. It's not like y'all can't, like, I don't know, I'm high as hell. I can't even get my thought out from the first video. Anyways, y'all let me know. Was Ari in the wrong? Obviously, yeah. But was Ari in the wrong, or did y'all think Bert was just being a little pussy? He could have took that. Or you think like Ari just dumb as hell? Well, not dumb as hell. He's selfish and just don't be thinking out what he want to do, or is it all devious? Y'all let me know. Bobby, I'm still disappointed in you. You better not. You better do some jujitsu, taekwondo, something. You better learn something, man. Letting Ari Shaffir. All right, y'all. Peace.